Hey everyone, just before we get into today's video, I have recently opened up memberships for my channel. I always hate asking for help and support with the channel because you folks already do so much for me, but with the channel not quite in the algorithm recently, I just thought memberships would help you folks connect with the channel and support it further so I can keep doing cheapo reviews and all that sort of stuff. You're not obliged to do this, you can keep watching the videos as normal, nothing changes, but if you join, you do get a cool badge and stuff next to your name, which is cool. I'm sorry, I haven't set it all up properly, I still need to fine tune things, and also I know there are people who have joined already, which I have to thank you so much for doing that, but I can't see who has chosen which tier, so give YouTube a couple of days to catch up with it all and I'll make sure to start doing the stuff for the perks. Thank you all once again for the support, it means the world to me. So with that lengthy ramble, let's start today's one. Greetings everyone, and welcome back to another installment in the iWish series. A series in which I investigate rather dubious tech products sold on various sites around the web just to see if they're any good. Most of the time they're not, but I like to buy this stuff, so you do not have to. And as you've seen in the title and thumbnail, I am finally taking a look at a Google Pixel clone, or as a bit of a fun in-joke with a few of my friends, the Google Pickle. I don't know, that name just kind of suits with it. I have been reviewing clone devices for 6 or 7 years now, and I've ever only come across one Google Pixel clone, and I don't remember the name of it or anything, but it was on AliExpress. However, all these years later, we finally get a Google Pixel 9 Pro XL clone. Try saying that 10 times fast, but I didn't even know that a 9 Pro XL existed. I'm not up to date with any of the Google Pixel phones at all, so today I'm going to be investigating this thing to see what silly claims it has for the hardware and software and all that sort of stuff, and we're going to find out what the true specs are for this 130 Australian dollar device, which is a red flag there. Don't ever buy cheapo devices from AliExpress. Stick with reputable companies and manufacturers instead of just generic-y things off AliExpress that always seem too good to be true. But this item was funded by you folks, who are all very, very interested in seeing this shown on the channel, so a massive thank you to all the folks displayed on screen for donating during the live stream, and some of you also donated during the iPhone 16 Plus clone. There was a couple of people who made a donation saying you should definitely look at the Google Pixel clone, and so that's what I've done. I've purchased it, I've got it here with me, can't wait to take a look at it, but thank you so much folks for doing what you do. As always, I appreciate you all very much. Now for years I've been doing the same thing in these in-depth reviews of devices. I'm going to switch it up slightly for this one because I want to find out the specifications of this before I do like the camera test and stuff, so then you're not having to wait like half an hour until I open up some of the spec apps. But feel free to use the timestamps to skip along past stuff because I'll quickly show you the listing and some of the claims. Today we're taking a look at the Pixel 9 Pro XL Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 4 global version of Android smartphone, Android 15 system, 5G network, dual SIM, dual standby. Nothing like a good old-fashioned AliExpress tongue twister to start the day. Currently it's $133 Australian with free shipping I believe on AliExpress, so I'll display SMOOREZ' Janky currency conversion chart on screen to give you a rough idea of how much this would cost around the world, and that is nowhere near the retail price of the real Google Pixel 9 Pro XL, which is selling for $1,847 from JB Hi-Fi. Holy moly. And that's for 128 gigs as well. I didn't realize it was that expensive. 1 terabyte's $2,547. Who has that type of money for a phone? Holy moly. That's the big red flag there, is the pricing. So it's hard to say if people will fall for this or not, because if we scroll down ever so slightly, it does say that it's a Google phone. I mean, yes, it's running Android, it does have Google Play and stuff, but I guess they're trying to say that it's Google branded. I understand people falling for like iPhones and Samsungs and stuff like that, but a Google Pixel though just seems very odd. In the description we have a whole bunch of jargon just here, which all of these are pretty much incorrect. We won't have a 108 megapixel rear camera or a Snapdragon 8 Gen 4, which would be a Snapdragon 8 Elite and Android 15. We'd likely just have the same bare bones MediaTek stuff, but we'll test that out very soon. Also the font of this is just very odd, but okay, sure. Here's the advertised specifications right here, so feel free to pause the video if you want to read these, but we only have bands for 2G and 3G, which gives me a slight indication that this could be running an MT6580, but once again, we'll have to see once I power it on and start checking stuff out. Also, I chose the supposed 12 gig RAM and 512 gigs of onboard storage, but you can get the totally legit 22 gigs of RAM and 2 terabyte option for $158. I just went with the cheapest one because we won't even have anything close to that. As for the advertising for this, it's all the usual stuff, including the screen fingerprint unlockable, which sometimes they fix and sometimes they don't fix, but the only unique advertising in the whole entire listing is this: the brightest pixel screen in history, the high brightness Super Actua Egg screen. can display vivid colors even in sunlight. With a maximum new rate of 120 Hz, whether playing games or scrolling the screen, it is fast. And just someone doing stretches? That doesn't make any sense. But yeah, Super Actual Egg Screen is a new one. Add that to the list of stuff on welcome devices that we've never heard before, but alright, sure. Alright, that's all of the listing and stuff. Let's go ahead and unbox this thing and take a look at the Google Pixel 9 Pro XL from AliExpress, which is right about here. Will the box actually have stuff on it, or will it just be a generic white box? Probably generic white box, but hey, I'm optimistic it's different. Okay. And that's what it looks like. Okay, we've seen this box before. Quad camera, yes. We have Pixel 9 Pro XL, Australian plug, 12 and 512. I selected grey for the colour because that's what the legit one has. It's like obsidian, close enough. On the back, we've got the usual stuff there, so nothing too exciting. So let's pop this open, grab this out, which, okay, it feels incredibly plastic. And inside we get a very, very lightweight charger, which I won't crack open, a Type-C USB cable, earphones using a 3.5mm jack, an included case, oh, and a pen. Okay, we has a pen. It's an Epen, of course. Then we have the included case, which I don't think that'd fit the real Google Pixel 9 XL. And then we also have an included screen protector and the usual mobile manual instructions. That's literally just that. That's going to really help you set up your device. Okay, well, that was quick. Keep the Epen out. We might need that. There you come, little buddy. And here is the Google Pixel 9 Pro XL. Straight away, the display on this is actually fairly big. That's almost a 7-inch display that's on this thing. Almost. Not including bezels though. That's actually pretty good. Take that off there to have a look at the bezels, which I can't tell as of yet how big they are. Oh yeah, I can kind of see it now. Wait till I power it on. We've got the front camera just up there in a teardrop notch, not a hole punch. And we've got a little speaker up there. We have a completely plastic frame. Even though it does try and look like it's aluminium, it is all plastic. And we have the SIM tray at the bottom, Type-C, speaker grills, and a headphone jack. And at the side we have a big power button and a volume rocker just there. They're pretty much almost the same size. And on the back, that's what it looks like. And we got warning. That's usual, isn't it? Good old warning. Look at the camera bump. We have just a blue gem in there. Well, it looks like it anyway. It's just some blue stone that's supposed to be the telephoto camera. We have a painted on black blob. We have an LED flash. We've got the main camera right in the middle there. And we have another fake camera just there. So that's how big the camera bump is on this, which I believe the real deal is a lot thicker. But it's definitely grey. Looking at the real grey colour for this, it looks like that. Not quite close, and you can definitely tell some differences there. I'll take the warning sticker off with all of that stuff there that it says it has, including the Crown of Excellence. So take that off. Okay, good stuff. We got a glass back though, which is good. Yeah, this thing would snap in half, no problems whatsoever. I'm going to go ahead and put a Telstra SIM in this, as well as my microSD card. We can start testing this thing out and see what it can do. If this has 4G, I'll be surprised, but I don't think it will. And we'll pop the case on for maximum authenticity. That's looking a little something like that. Also, I believe that they've put the tiniest, itty-bittiest little film over this black little piece on the back, and they have... Why? I don't know. Alright, keeping the Epen handy right next to the device. Let's power on the Google Pixel 9 Pro XL and see if it's a welcome. It's going to be a welcome, isn't it? Is it alive? Oh no, I'm holding the volume buttons. Whoops. Power button. It's a generic welcome. Also, it looks like it's a fingerprint sensor just here. The China mobile sound is usually an indication of an MT6580, but let's see. Let's just wait for it to boot. You can see the bezel sizes, which yeah, honestly, it's not bad. It'll do. Oh my god, the screen resolution's horrible. Oh wow. Oh, you can't tell how bad that looks. Oh, that's horrific. And there's no service as well, which I'd say MT6580. Oh wow, it's so low quality. Look at that. I mean, we've got some pixel icons though, which is good. That is one of the worst displays I have seen on a device for a very long time. And it just opened the Google app for some particular reason. Yeah, that's bad. And we have the usual applications. Nothing too exciting there. And if I use the Epen, I can go ahead and see. Look, that's fun. The sound also. It's got that little at the end of it. But the current performance is... about what I'd expect from a Wacom. Yeah, look at the Google Play Store. 496.64 gigs out of 512 gigs. Yes, that's correct. Completely correct. They've done a little bit of stuff here to make it look more, I guess, pixel looking. I will try and dump all the system files from this, and I'll put them in the description for you, so feel free to go through them and see what you find. But the torch is useless? Hello? Is there a torch? Yeah, there it is. Yes. That's a yes torch. In settings, I'll just quickly go through this. We'll enable Wi-Fi, and it's only 2.4 gigahertz, so I'll connect to this. Also, standard Gboard there, so nothing too special. Let me go into mobile networks. Let's just see what pops up. I reckon it's going to say nothing. At this point, I'm convinced it's 3G. At least we can play with the Epen while we wait. Yeah, that thing's useless. So unfortunately, can't find any networks, so I'm convinced that it's a 6580. We'll see very soon. Apps and notifications I'm not going to go through, because I'll open up QuickShortcutMaker and find the dodgy apps in there. So move on to battery, which is at 97% with 1 hour and 53 minutes left. On our, what was it? 8,800 milliamp hour battery? Yes, indeed. I'll put the battery percentage on so we can just watch it go. Phew. I just can't get over how bad the screen quality is. It's so hard to see on camera, but it's just super blurry. The colors just aren't vibrant. It's just so flat. There's positives. It works. That's all I can really say about it, to be fair. In display, the brightness level is at 100%, and I'll check the wallpapers real quickly, which I think these are on the Google Pixel series of devices, potentially. I don't know. But they all look fairly reasonable, to be fair, but not on this display. That just doesn't look good at all. I'm going to say this is a 480p display. Sounds, do we have any enhancements? We have bass, loudness, good stuff. We'll test that soon. Storage, 512 gigs. Security and location. Oh, we can do the fingerprint. Okay. Is it actually a side-mounted fingerprint, or is it screen? It's going to be screen, isn't it? Yeah. It's a fake one, of course. Would have been nice if they had a side-mounted one, but unfortunately, it's just, yep, touch down here and legit. I won't worry about face unlock. I don't even think it's worth putting a Gmail on this thing, to be fairly honest. I'll just install all my apps from my micro SD card and we'll call it at that. Because there's no way this is going to be able to play Genshin or anything like that. It'll be lucky if it plays San Andreas. In system, we have gestures, but no navigation stuff. And the updater, which is updated to Android 15, supposedly. And that's what it looks like there. And if I check for updates, which this is definitely malware. A lot of people have told me that over the years, that this is malware. And if I check for updates, actually, I'll go back. You have already cancelled the check. Oh, I'm sorry. I'll wait for you to check then. There you go. The current version is the latest, not found the new version. And about phone, Google Pixel... What? It's OS based on Android. That's very good. I'm glad it's based on Android. Yes, the model number also is a GR83Y, which corresponds to a Google Pixel 9 Pro. Well, there you go. They've paid some attention. And Android 15 with a security patch level of October 5th. No year though, so just guess with that one. I haven't tried the Android 15 Easter egg, so what is it? I don't know what it does, but I don't think it works on this. Snapdragon 8 Gen 4, 72 megapixel front camera, 108 megapixel rear camera, all false specifications. And if I go into the build number, I don't think we have anything here that's very obvious at this point in time. We've got a build there of 2022. So I don't think this is running anything too spectacular. Going into SIM status, there's nothing here, but if you want to look up the IMEI and see what it corresponds with, feel free to let me know what it is. And we actually have a unique serial number on this, which is unique. I reckon this is running Android 6, maybe? Could be Android 7, I'm not too sure. I can't even touch and hold on the main screen. Is this Google widget real? Yes, it is. Oh, it's getting super slow now. Let's check the specs. I want to know what's inside of this thing. Is it worth running Geekbench on this? If it installs. That definitely looks like Android 6. Also, the phone's warming up right about here, which is usual of the MT6580. I mean, that's if it is the MT6580. I'm just assuming here, but all signs are pointing to that so far. And we're just installing an app. Just hang on. Hold up. Alright, I've installed a bunch of apps. Let's open Geekbench. See what it says. Does it say Snapdragon 8 Gen Elite 4 Super Duper Special Edition? Nope, MT6580. Told ya! But supposedly it's running Android 8.1. Should we just run the CPU benchmark just to see what it does? May as well. What's the charging speed of our Pixel? That's right, it doesn't support Type-C to Type-C. You gotta use Type-A for this one. 5V 2 amp. Oh. Yep, 5V 2 amp. It's finished. It only took like 45 minutes or something. It was 70 and 194, which I'll just always allow everything. Yeah, while it's an Alps Pix 9 Pro XL. It's not a Pixel, it's a Pixie. Pikes. 70 and 194 for the multi-core score, which, looking back at some other scores, that is about correct for an MT6580. Hey, I thought it was worth running Geekbench, you know, just in case. Alright, let's open device info hardware and see if it says Snapdragon 8 4th Gen Elite Super Duper. Yeah, it does. 12 gigs of LPDDR5, 512 gigs of storage, and a Micron module. That's definitely legit. Snapdragon 8 Gen 4 by MediaTek. System, Pixel 9 Pro XL, Pixel 9 Pro XL, Pixel 9 Pro XL, Pixel 9 Pro XL, Pixel 9 Pro XL. Say that 10 times fast. Good luck with that. Yep, nothing too special here. 1280 by 576 is the display. And if I go to the multi-touch test, we've got 10-point multi-touch on this thing. Something's wrong with it. It's 10. There you go. 10-point multi-touch. Nice. Yeah, 1280 by 576. Yeah, that just... Oh... You can't even tell, but really need to reassure you this is a terrible display. RAM and internal storage is still fake. Cameras, well, it says we've got a Samsung camera on this, supposedly. And battery we just won't pay any attention to. 50 degrees, the MediaTek processor is running out. And we've got an accelerometer in this and supposedly a light and proximity sensor. So I'll open up the other spec app and quickly check this one, which model does say the Pixie 9 Pro XL. They tried. MT6580 running Android 8.1.0. You folks that have been watching for several years know how well this processor runs. And by well, I mean it barely runs. 16 gigs of internal storage and 2 gigs of RAM. That's probably about the usual that we'd expect to see from something like this. And the screen, yeah, 576 by whatever it was. And it's pretty low quality. It's a bit more than 480p, so I was kind of right there. The capacity is 3,684,210 mAh for the battery. This is a different one. Thermal says 25 degrees now, and sensors, the light and proximity are false. We've just got an accelerometer. And cameras, 5 megapixel rear camera and 2 megapixel front camera, which is very usual for a welcome like this. Now, if we go into QuickShortcutMaker, let's see if we can find a Google Pixel boot animation. Oh, also Android Easter egg has Android 8 and 7 there. Let's see how he runs. Oh boy. Wow. Oh, no, he's smooth now. He's smooth. He's kind of. There's your gaming test for you. I'll place Andreas. Artificial switch. So I assume that this is what we want to see. That is what we want to see. So we can change it back to the true specs. 2 gigs. We know that the MT6580 is only 3G, so it doesn't matter there. Front camera, we could change it to the true spec of 2 megapixels, and the back camera says 5 megapixels, but I'll do a camera test very soon. And the resolution, as you can see, you can change that if you want. Android version. How many cores you've got, the processor, which you can choose the MT6580 if you'd like, or you can have an 8 Gen 1, or an 8 Gen 2, or an 8 Gen 3, or an 8 Gen 4. It's up to you. And in battery, the lowest is 2800 mAh. Which, for this, maybe. Screen size and the model is just Pixie 9 Pro and Pixel 9 Pro. So they failed with the Pixel part, but that's okay. Change model and animation to okay. Fair enough. I wasn't expecting that to happen, but alright, sure. Oh, yes. Of course you're a Samsung. Okay. You've seen it here first, folks. These are Samsung wallpapers, aren't they? So we have an A16 5G clone masqueraded as a Pixel 9 XL clone? What the? At least I was able to change the boot animation. Oh boy, that was fun. Can we do anything else? So how do I get it back to welcome then? I don't know. Factory mode by Chiven. Ooh, who's Chiven? No. Wait. If I go to phone dialer and then do this. No, okay. I just thought test mode might have popped up because that's looking like test mode. We have a mobile Zen factory test, which looks like that, which, yeah. Finger lock is by Lies. Because it does Lies. I'm sorry. Also, flashlight is by Lies Light, and then Lies Ultraman, which, that's Ultraman. He's cool. More Lies hardware? That's everything there. It's probably Lies, right? But how funny and ironic is it that they've actually called stuff that Lies? when this is telling lies for the specs. You get what I mean, right? Yeah? Why is Motorola here? Well, not Moto, but just Moto. What? Oh, it's a Google voice. Alright. Moto display. Oh, at this point, we have some Google stuff, Samsung stuff, and Motorola stuff. If you're as confused as I am right now, congratulations, join the club. Oh, there's an aging test down here. And, oh yeah, we don't want to do that. Oh, what was that for? Facebook, okay. Well, I can't do anything else in here. So I'm going to go to change animation while activity. I assume this will change it back to a welcome. So if I just go boop, welcome. No, hang on. Just go wait for it to... It's fine. There you go, it's back to a welcome now. Back to factory defaults. Good stuff. So at this point, I know the specs of this thing. But what I want to quickly do is just test the speaker quality, do a quick YouTube test, play San Andreas on it just to see how it runs, and I'll also do a quick camera test. So I'll just open up the camera now, and oh boy. It focuses though. That's good. It's Samsung. So if I opened the camera first, I would have been like, well, this looks like Samsung, but it all makes sense now that this thing is a botched together, half Samsung, half Pixel, half, no, it's not half, it's a quarter of everything. It's just everything smushed into one thing. But we've got live focus, which probably doesn't work. Beauty, night, none of this would work. And of course, we know it's 5 megapixel on the back and 2 megapixel on the front, but I'll go ahead and take some photos and videos with the Pickle 9 Pro XL thing. I'll splice them in for you, have a look at them, and we'll come back and continue on with this thing. There's a Ripley. Whoop, what happened there? Oh, oh. I don't know what happened there. Is it recording? It is recording. Okay. That's Ripley. Wow, it doesn't like zooming in. Hi, Ripley. Let's quickly do the video test because it's really windy. So this is the video test for the Google Pixel 9 Pro XL clone. That's what it looks like. It's 480p, and you can focus. I don't think it can focus. Manual focus? Yeah, kinda. So, not looking the best, but yeah. Oh, that looks good. See? That looks nice. The other files are gone though. But no stabilization. Kinda. Not really. And then far away aircon. Come on, buddy, you can do it. Sorry for the flashing lights. There you go. Far away aircon. 4x digital zoom. Yeah, it doesn't like zooming in. I'm not going to do nighttime shots with this because we already know the quality, so we'll move on to the front camera. Just the front camera quality of the Pixel 9 Pro XL clone. We got jelly movement. Kinda. Very basic 2 megapixel camera. That's what it is. And it doesn't look too good with the front as well. Yep. Not much you can really do with this camera, to be fairly honest. Just a, hello, basic 2 meg. Oh, don't distort my hand there. Ooh, looks fun. Alright, yeah, if I go into sunlight as well, does that help? It's 480p. Doesn't help at all. Okay, well, that's the front camera quality. At least you know now. You've just seen all the photos and videos that I took with the Google Pixel 9 Pro XL clone thingamajiggy, and while I haven't done any of the camera tests as of yet, with just the quick tests that I did just in the office here, I've just went, yeah, the basic cameras. What you'd expect to see for a 5 megapixel camera that does 480p video, and a 2 megapixel camera that does 480p video as well. Oh, look at the, did you see the animation just there? Well, look at this thing struggle. Ah, look at it go. Now that we know the camera, let's go to music. Quickly do the speaker test with best loudness. Ooh, that's not bad. You know what? It's reasonable enough. I'll give it that. I tried the terrible song that I made. Let's see what that sounds like. Honestly, it's a fair speaker. Not dual speakers or anything, but you know what? For a shitty welcome device like this, that's a fair enough speaker. So moving on quite quickly through this, I'll open up YouTube. I'll just see if I can do 720p with Costa Rica, just so I can show you the display quality just a little bit better. Well, because the screen's close to 480p, it'll probably only do that anyways. So let's see. Costa Rice, I just typed. Nice, well done me.
Ever wondered what rare treasures lie within these packs?
Not really.
Join the hunt for the rarest Pokemon cards.
Cool. Why do you use an AO? Oh my god, that's loud. What's happening? It broke. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that speaker's good. Not gonna lie. 720p 60 FPS, so I'll go on. Listen to the speaker. Wait, is it actually doing something? No, it's not. Nope. Watch it go. Oh man. This also gives you a good idea of the display quality. Once again, on camera it looks better, but trust me, in person, let's just not even go there. I also realized that in the iPhone 16 Plus video I said I wanted to do a whole thing called Can It Play PSP? After I'd published that video and a couple of people made some comments, I was like, yeah, that's not a good idea to really test PSP, because the PSP is actually pretty low specs as it is. So for it to run on something like this that has 2 gigs of RAM, I think the original PSP only had like 128 megs of RAM or something like that, so of course it's going to run. No problems. I should do something like PS2 or GameCube emulation or something like that. That'd really push it. So let's go into settings and put everything up to high, and we're going to watch it struggle. Why does it look just bright? Did I put the brightness all the way up? Oh yeah, put the brightness all the way up. Whoops, sorry, my bad. Well, it runs about as good as you'd expect. Yep. Did you see the hydraulics in that thing, man? Wow, it's like a slideshow. If I put it all down to the default settings, then yes, it would run, but for San Andreas to run as it's running now is more than enough for me to declare this thing absolutely useless. So this probably couldn't play PSP after all. Watch me bail. I'll never land that. The phone is also getting extreme... Don't worry about the guy just honking his horn there. The phone is also getting extremely hot, like... Let's open up device info hardware and go to sensors real quickly. 68 degrees the CPU's running at. Holy moly. Yep, but look, that's everything on this Google Pixel 9 Pro XL clone from AliExpress. There is not a whole lot that I need to test on this, to be fair. I just really wanted to know the specs of this, and for $133 Australian, it's not worth it, because you get an MT6580. You don't even get a system on chip that's 4G compatible. We get a big display on this, which is good, but it's pretty low res and looks completely garbage. The speaker sounded okay, the camera's basic. We got a Samsung boot animation hidden in the files, which is kind of funny. You can go through them in the system files and find them. I'll see if there's anything else in the system files, if there actually is a Google Pixel boot animation. At the end of the day, if you've been watching my channel for years now, this is just another run-of-the-mill welcome that they've made to look like a Google Pixel 9 Pro XL, kind of. And have they succeeded? Not really. I mean, you kind of got the camera bump and the frame and stuff like that, but otherwise, it's just another welcome device with an MT6580, 2 gigs of RAM, and 16 gigs of storage. But at least I've looked at it and shown you all on the channel that this thing is incredibly slow, and it's probably going to spontaneously combust at any moment. At least the speaker sounds good. Good job, buddy. Alright, let's tear it down then, because the back's pretty hot, so it should just... boop. Will it be a welcome motherboard that I've seen before? Most likely. Oh, maybe not. I don't know. There's our glass back cover. The battery is a B. That's what it says. This clone wasn't exciting after all. At least I've had a look at a Pixel clone on the channel. Should I look at an S25 Ultra clone? You folks will have to let me know. Also, I've just realized there's a sticker right here that shows me that this is 2 plus 16 if it autofocuses. There you go. 2 plus 16. Alright, let's see the jank inside of this thing. Well, let's see if the frame pops off in one piece. I believe the camera bump has a hidden screw underneath it. Yes, it does. Wow, look at that. A a solid piece of aluminium right there. That's where all the manufacturing cost went to. And now I can lift off the frame. Not a whole lot in there. And the motherboard itself definitely looks like one I've seen before. And it's confirmed there, 2+16. I'm not going to rip the shielding off because we know it's an MT6580 that's in this. And 2 gigs of RAM with 16 gigs of storage. The speaker looks a little something like that, which is reasonably sized. The battery, I'd say 2800 milliamp hours probably. The rear camera, smack bang in the center there, has movement just for autofocus, and there is a code just there which says S5K3P3, but 5 megapixels sounds correct. The little LED is just over there. It's adorable. Also, there's 3 wires on the battery. Usually there's only 2. Alrighty. At least we do have an internal metal frame, but it's not going to be that structurally sound. Yeah, speaking of the frame, there it is there. It's one of the ribcage designs that I usually call it. And it also says 576 there, which is confirmed for the screen resolution. But it was made in 2024, so it's new. There's also a QR code there. Feel free to scan that and see where that takes you. Look at the front camera, itty bitty little thing. And on the underside of the board, there is no front sensors or anything like that, just the camera, earpiece, vibration motor, and also no cooling for the motherboard. It just sits on top of the LCD. There is a connector on the motherboard there that would have been for a fingerprint sensor, but obviously none was included with this one. This device was made to be as cheap as possible, and they've definitely succeeded with using outdated hardware, as usual. Isn't the MT6580 like almost 10 years old at this point in time? I think it came out in 2016. Let me slap it back together and hope it still works. Alright, well, I'll put the camera bump back into place, because it's super legit, and I'll put the back cover on, because that's also super legit. I will display the full specs of the Google Pixel 9 Pro XL clone from AliExpress to the side of the device. Feel free to pause the video if you need to and have a look at all of that. You've pretty much seen all these specs before. Definitely welcome to your stuff, being that it's MT6580. Speaker sounds good though. That's the best part about it. Look at the animation, it's like 3 frames a second. Good stuff. Wow. Super speedy for sure. But that is it, folks. That is taking a look at this thing from AliExpress that you definitely shouldn't buy. There's always a potential that people would see this and think it's the real deal. I just think if people are in the know-how, they're not going to fall for this thing. So I think people out there should be right, but still, if you do see this on AliExpress and you've considered purchasing it, just stay away from it at all costs. But I understand if people are trying to find a Google Pixel 9 Pro cheap and, you know, they see it for, what was it, $2,549 for a 1TB version, I guess people will jump onto AliExpress and see if they can find it cheaper. But I think that's pretty much all I can do with this one today. And while I haven't gone super in depth with this video, I wanted to just slightly change things up a bit with my reviews. Instead of like testing the FM radio and going through all the apps and stuff, I thought of just minimizing a couple of things down to see if I could minimize the runtime. So you'll have to let me know how this video went for you. If you do prefer this slightly different style, I'm happy to do it like this in future. But if you would rather the full-on in-depth stuff where I open up basically every app and test a lot of things, then let me know what you'd like to see and we'll work it out from there. Yeah, thank you so much for watching this one. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to sit back and listen to me ramble and waffle on about this clone. And yeah, well, it's not really a super faithful clone and it's got Samsung stuff on it. You folks were the ones who wanted to see this on the channel, so I can't get the case back on, doesn't matter. A massive thank you to all the folks displayed on screen for being super generous and donating towards seeing this product reviewed on the channel. I really appreciate you all, and I hope I've delivered a decent enough review to show you what this thing's capable of, and the answer is not a whole lot. And I think some of you folks actually said it's going to be an MT6580, so whoever said that, congratulations, you were correct. But yeah, massive thank you to all you folks. I really appreciate you all. That is going to do it for another episode of iWish. I hope you've all enjoyed this one. Let me know if I should look at an S25 Ultra. I might do a live stream where we try and find one. It's probably going to be the same as last year, but just with S25 instead. I wonder if the camera rings will fall off like they do in the real deal. Who knows? But if you'd like to see that, feel free to let me know. And yeah, just let me know what you thought of this one down in the comments below. And if you're also expecting something slightly more exciting on this thing. Once again, thank you so much for watching this. I really do appreciate you all. And as always, please take care, stay safe, be good people, and I'll see you all in the next one, which I've got a lot of stuff to do. It's a matter of what I'm going to do first and stuff like that. Depending on how my schedule goes, I'll try and get a couple of videos out for you all very soon. So until then, take care of yourselves, keep being awesome, and I'll see you all very, very soon. So, bye for now. If you like this content, feel free to leave a like or a dislike if you didn't. Thanks heaps for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next video.